Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're talking directly to you folks running Christmas light businesses, and also those of you in the year-round permanent trim lighting game.
That's right. We know your goal. It's pretty straightforward, really. Fill up those schedules.
Fill them with good jobs, right? High quality, high-paying installation jobs.
Exactly. And that's what this deep dive is all about today.
We're digging into marketing. What actually works for your specific businesses?
Yeah, we've been looking at a pro guide article that focuses on marketing for Christmas light installers. But honestly, the principles apply across the board, seasonal or permanent.
So our mission here is to pull out the most effective strategies, the stuff that's proven, the actionable insights you can use.
We'll cover things like, online stuff, Google, SEO, paid ads.
But also some more traditional tactics too, right? Things like yard signs, maybe flyers.
Absolutely. We'll hit on those as well. The goal is to give you a clear picture of what drives the best ROI for getting those profitable projects booked.
Okay, sounds good. Where should we start? Maybe with the long game, Google and SEO.
Yeah, let's do that. Search engine optimization, SEO, it's so crucial for getting a steady stream of good leads, especially locally.
Right? Because people are actively searching, aren't they? They're typing things into Google, like.
Exactly. Things like Christmas light installation near me, or if it's year-round, maybe permanent lighting installer, plus their zip code.
And these aren't just random looky-loos. These are people with intent. They're looking to hire someone. They're ready to buy.
That's the beauty of it. You show up when they're actively searching. And another big plus, you own that traffic, essentially. It's not like paying for an ad click every single time.
And you can rank in multiple areas you serve, too, not just one town over.
Precisely. If you structure your website and content correctly, you can target different cities, different neighborhoods.
So this organic presence, it builds over time. It's not instant, but it's solid.
Totally. You create helpful content, optimize your service pages, think blog posts answering common questions, maybe.
Yeah, like the Pro Guide mentioned keywords, right? Specific examples.
It did. Things like Christmas light installation, your city name, holiday lighting company near me, and definitely permanent lighting installer ZIP code for the year-round guys.
So even if Christmas is your main season, using these terms helps build authority year-round.
Absolutely. And for the permanent lighting businesses, well, it's fundamental. Consistent local ranking means consistent leads.
Okay, but SEO can feel a bit slow sometimes. Did the guide mention any, like, quicker wins, things people can do now?
It did, yeah. Regular blogging was one. Just creating useful content, like maybe troubleshooting common Christmas light issues or something like that.
Establishes you as the expert.
Right. Also, super important, your Google business profile. Claiming it, optimizing it, getting reviews, that really boosts local map visibility.
Okay, that makes sense. Anything else for faster results?
Link building. Basically, getting other reputable local businesses, think landscapers, roofers, home improvement folks, to link back to your website. That tells Google you're legit.
And these tips, they work for both seasonal and year-round lighting pros.
Yep, absolutely valuable across the board. Builds that local trust and authority.
Okay, so SEO is the foundation. But what about when you need leads, like now? Especially coming up to the busy season for Christmas lights, say October, November.
Ah, right. That's where paid advertising really shines. Google ads, Facebook ads. They can fill up your calendar and fast.
Because you can target really specifically.
Exactly. That's the huge advantage. You can target, say, only high-income ZIP codes.
Yeah.
Or people interested specifically in roofline lights versus tree wrapping or wreaths.
Wow. Okay. Laser focused.
Totally. And the other big thing the guide mentioned is tracking.
Tracking conversions, seeing what actually works.
Yes. You can see exactly how much it costs you to get a lead, to get a book job. You know your numbers.
So the pros are clear. Quick traffic, targeted audience, you control the budget, the geography.
Couldn't have said it better. It's about control and speed when you need it.
What about the ROI, the return on investment? Does the guide differentiate, like, for bigger companies versus smaller ones?
It does touch on that. Obviously, larger companies might have bigger budgets to play with for broader campaigns.
Right.
But, and this is key for maybe smaller crews or solo operators, the guide really highlights the effectiveness of tight geographic targeting.
Meaning?
Meaning, focus your ad spend just on a few really high potential ZIP codes. Don't try to cover the whole state. Be smart, be focused, maximize your dollars.
That makes a lot of sense for keeping costs down. What about hiring someone to manage these ads, like an agency?
Good question. The advice there is pretty clear. Make sure they have experience with seasonal businesses or service businesses like yours, not just general marketing.
And they need to report on actual results, right? Not just clicks or impressions.
Exactly. You need to know your actual ROI, your cost per acquired customer. That's the bottom line. And this applies whether you're doing a big Christmas push or aiming for steady, permanent lighting leads.
For very practical advice. Oh, shifting gears a bit. Something maybe less digital. Yard signs. I was kind of surprised to see that emphasized.
Yeah, it might seem a bit old school, but think about it. They still work, especially in this business,
Why is that?
because your work is so visual. A beautifully lit house, whether it's for Christmas or permanently installed trim lights, it's its own advertisement.
So the sign basically just says, we did this.
Pretty much. Neighbors see it, people driving by notice it. The guide points out they might snap a picture or just Google your company name later. It creates buzz right there in the target neighborhood.
Like word of mouth, but prompted by the sign?
Exactly. And the guide had some best practices.
Let me guess. Get permission first.
Definitely get permission.
Mm-hmm.
Place it strategically after the install and make it easy for people.
How so?
Include a QR code. People can just scan it with their phone, go straight to your website or quote page.
Smart. Simple contact info too, I assume. Bold colors.
Yep. Keep it simple, bold, easy to read at a glance.
Yeah.
The ROI can be fantastic because the signs themselves are pretty low cost and you're marketing directly in areas where you want more work.
Because you just completed a job there. Makes sense. Works for showing off both flashy Christmas displays and the more subtle, permanent stuff too.
For sure. It just showcases your quality right there on the spot.
Okay, signs make sense. What about other print stuff? Door hangers, flyers, maybe direct mail? Is that still a thing for lighting businesses?
The Pro Guide suggests, yes, they can still have a place, especially when you integrate them with your digital side.
How do you mean?
Well, door hangers are great for hitting the immediate neighbors right after you finish a job nearby. Super targeted.
Piggybacking on the visibility of the job itself?
Exactly. Flyers.
Yeah.
Maybe hand them out at local fall festivals, holiday markets, community events. Get some face time.
Okay. And what's EDDM? You mentioned that.
Yeah. EDDBM. It stands for Every Door Direct Mail. It's a post office service.
Right.
Lets you basically blanket specific mail routes, entire neighborhoods within certain ZIP codes you choose. Good for broader reach in target zones.
So these print methods are about high visibility in specific areas. Does the guide say where they work best?
Yeah, it's suggested they can be particularly effective in maybe smaller towns or suburban areas, places where that direct sort of personal touch can cut through the noise.
And what should be on these things? Flyers, door hangers.
Good visuals are key. Before and after photos are powerful for lighting, maybe a seasonal offer. And definitely, again, that QR code linking to your site or a, quote, form. Make it easy.
And you can tailor these for Christmas packages or promoting year-round permanent lighting?
Absolutely. Just swap out the offers, the imagery, the messaging to fit what you're promoting at that time.
Okay, so we've covered quite a bit: SEO, paid ads, signs, print. Now, the big question everyone has, what actually brings the best ROI? Where should people focus their marketing budget? It sounds like it depends.
It really does depend. You're right. The Pro Guide broke it down nicely based on company size.
Okay, let's hear it. What about for the smaller guys? Solo operators, small crews.
For them, the focus should probably be on nailing local SEO, getting that free organic traffic, using those yard signs strategically because they're cost effective.
And maybe targeted EDDM in key neighborhoods.
What about ads?
Maybe small, very focused Facebook ads, like we talked about, targeting just those high-value ZIP codes. But the absolute key for smaller operations is keeping costs low and tracking everything. Know what's working before you spend more.
That resonates a lot with seasonal Christmas-like businesses, maybe operating on tighter margins or for a shorter season.
Exactly. It's about being lean and effective.
Okay. And for the larger companies, maybe those doing more volume or focusing on year-round permanent lighting growth.
For larger outfits, the guide suggests really leaning into Google Ads combined with that strong SEO foundation for consistent lead volume.
So both paid and organic search working together.
Right. And adding things like remarketing ads, ads that follow people who visited your site but didn't convert.
Keep your brand top of mind. Precisely. Also, using lead magnets on landing pages, like offering a free guide or a discount in exchange for an email address. Building that list.
And managing all those leads.
That's where investing in a CRM system comes in, customer relationship management software. It helps track every lead, manage follow-ups. Crucial for converting more inquiries into paying jobs when you're dealing with higher volume.
So, a more sophisticated, integrated system for growth makes sense for businesses aiming for consistency, like many year-round trim-light companies.
Exactly right. It's about finding the mix that fits your scale, your resources, and whether you're focused on that intense holiday rush or building steady year-round business.
Yeah, the core goal seems consistent, though, regardless of size or specialty.
Absolutely. The Pro Guide really hammered this home at the end, whether you aim for 20 jobs or 200.
It's about quality leads, right? Leads that actually turn into profitable work.
That's the name of the game. It's not just about being busy, it's about getting the right jobs, the ones that make you money and leave you with happy clients.
And the secret sauce to making sure that happens, according to the guide, is tracking.
Meticulous tracking. You have to know where every lead came from and exactly how much it cost you to get that lead. Across every single marketing channel, you use SEO, ads, signs, mailers, everything.
Because success isn't just jobs completed.
Nope. Success is consistently landing the right jobs at the right price point for the lowest possible cost to acquire that customer. That's how you build a sustainable, profitable business.
The guide mentioned a resource too, the Christmas Light Academy.
It did, yeah. Just briefly mentioned it as a place to learn more about optimizing websites and building those high ROI campaigns for those wanting to dive deeper.
Okay, great insights there. So, quick recap. We've looked at SEO for the long haul, paid ads for speed, yard signs for local proof, print for targeted reach.
And how to tailor all that based on your business size and whether you're doing seasonal Christmas lights or year-round permanent installs.
The big takeaway seems to be there's no single magic bullet. It's about a strategic mix.
Definitely. It's usually a combination of tactics working together, and what works best for your business depends on your specific goals, budget, and local market.
All right, so let's leave our listeners with something to think about. Whether you're mapping out your Christmas season or planning your permanent lighting strategy for the next quarter.
Take a hard look at these strategies we discussed.
Yeah, ask yourself, which one or two of these could you implement or maybe just improve on, like right now? What could give you the biggest immediate boost in leads?
And don't just think about doing marketing. Think about understanding its true cost.
And crucially, the return it's actually generating for your bottom line. That's what really matters.